Hey guys, what's up? This is Art with another video. Well, as you know, according to this big media things going on, Elon Musk now owns Twitter. Now the funny thing is, I'm kind of bittersweet on that. And the reason why is because a lot of people want to say that, oh, you know what he's going to do? He's not going to ban you. He's not going to ban you. He's not going to ban you. And the problem is that if you don't ban people, that's a bad precedent. Now, true, certain people are banned for certain things. And I understand that. You know, like, for example, if you were saying something like really off the wall, like maybe racist stuff or you know, adult explicit kind of things to a certain extent. I mean, even though Twitter doesn't allow some of that, but I mean, talking about some derogatory, then I can understand Twitter saying, hey, stop. I understand that. That makes sense. But the problem is that if he says that, you know, if you have some alternative way of thinking, you know, like, for example, you know, if you want to say this is this or this is this, you know, we're not just going to ban you. See, the problem is that, you know, there has to be some kind of structure. I mean, will it become the Wild West where you can say almost anything you want without repercussions? Didn't something called True Social came out, some social platform, True Social came out, and they said we're gonna let people speak their minds and stuff like that. But then when people start bad mouthing President Trump, I heard they banned those guys or those people. And I thought that was kind of funny. Even though you say that we're not gonna ban people, you still ban people for all because they speak their truth. Any social platform, there's what they call the terms of service. So now I'm waiting for them to re-release the terms of service so I can read it again to see what it's going to be about. I mean, if you can start saying some like whacked out, you know, disrespectful stuff, then that's when I'm like, okay, this went downhill fast. One of my favorite comic creators basically said on Twitter about a month ago, it said if Elon Musk buys Twitter, he's gone. So another one of my favorite comic book creators basically mentioned him, and he said, hey, I wonder if he's still here. You tag him, the tag shows up, but there's no bio. So I thought that was kind of funny. Just like when people say, you know, if this person wins, I'm moving. You know you're not moving. It's just you saying that out of the spite. So anyway, I wonder what you guys think about this. Do you think Twitter's going to become better? Because, funny thing is, hilarious part, I never had a bad problem with Twitter. Twitter itself, I never had a problem. I always had a problem with people on Twitter. But a lot of people keep saying Twitter sucks. It's bad. And I'm sitting right here and it's like, okay, what's so bad about it if you're still on it? If it's so bad, you would say, screw this, I'm done with this. But you're still on it. But a lot of those people are still on it. Well, so when that question is posed to them, well, I have business. My business uses this a lot. We got to use this for our businesses. So in other words, if you think this thing, a platform sucks, you're not going to use it. You're going to badmouth it, but you're still going to use it because it's convenient for you. Okay. But the problem is, imagine someone's, Now, to tell you the truth, I don't know if I should tell you this story, this Twitter story. I really don't know, because this is something that it wasn't bad, but it could be bad. You know what I'm saying? So you know what? Screw it. I'm going to tell you the story anyway. I think I said it in one of my other YouTube. I think I said it in another video like years ago when this happened. Okay, so it was I want to say about what, 4 maybe years ago, maybe. Was it like 4 years ago? 4 or 5 years ago. This is when Trump was running for president, okay? When he was going against Hillary Clinton for president. Was it 4 or 5? It was like, I know it's more than 4. No, hold on a second. Let me rephrase that. Time is not on my side today. Almost 8 years ago. Yeah, almost 8 years ago. So what happened was, I followed a lot of conservative people. Why? Because I want to hear their viewpoint. But the funny thing is that the thing is that, people are saying on Twitter that conservative voices are silenced on Twitter. Conservative voices are silenced on Twitter. But there's a lot of conservative people still on Twitter. Why they're not silenced? Maybe because you're not saying really awful stuff, or what they consider awful. Maybe that's the reason why people like Alex Jones and James Woods got kicked off, even Trump got kicked off the platform. Probably because they were saying some really whacked off stuff that could be considered really questionable. But see, some people don't look at it that way. So what happened was, someone said something. This one guy was talking about this Netflix show that was like, the show that had children dressing in drag. Okay, so when I heard about it, I did a little quick research on it. It was kind of like a South Park, but and all the characters was dressed in drag. And I'm like, wow, that sounds kind of funny. I thought to myself, wow, that's kind of a unique idea, and it's kind of funny too. So naturally, when this person and all these people on this thread was complaining about this show, that wasn't even out yet, and I put down, you know what? Actually, tell you the truth, this sounds like a really entertaining show. It sounds pretty funny if you actually paid attention to it. If you guys paid attention to it instead of looking at the one matter, it's satire. Get over it. Now, the funny thing was, on Twitter, if I replied to a conservative person, nothing usually happens. But whenever people start retweeting it and liking what I said, that's when the conservative think tank tried to jump on me. And so what happened was, I was sitting there on a couch watching TV, and I'm getting notifications left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? What the Sam Hill is going on here? And the funny thing is, it was not just 2 or 3 people. It was 15 to 20 to 30. And I'm like, I couldn't keep up with the thread, because I couldn't keep up with what I said because what people were replying. Now, what this one person did, this one person used an avatar. and you guys know what an avatar is, okay? See, on my Twitter profile, my face is on it. My face is there. So that's one thing. But they used an avatar. So this person went through my Twitter profile and researched my Twitter profile. Took some pictures from my Twitter profile. You know, think about it. If you post it, it's public, right? Now, what happened is, yeah, you want to say some stuff to me? Okay, that's fine. I understand. But what happened was, you put a picture of me and my niece on there. Then you want to call, then what happened, this person called me a Chester. Now, some of you might know what a Chester is. If you don't, it's rhymes with a certain event that's not really cool. Okay? Just think of it that way. So, and what happened was, you know, it was like overnight. They did this overnight when I was asleep. Now, what happened was like 4 a.m. I wake up and I got some DMs. It's like, dude, what, you know, some people that I follow and they follow me. It's like, what's going on, man? I was like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. What's up? See what this person wrote about you. So I looked up and I was like, what the flips? Whoa. So this person basically calls me a Chester because they see a picture with me and my niece. And I'm looking at the person who posted. It's an avatar. So I looked through their site. There's nothing. There's no pictures of them. So I don't know who this person is. This person could have just made this up just to do it, which don't doubt me. But then again, I'm like, okay, what kind of a cowardly crap is this? You know, okay, fine. So instead of using your own profile, maybe this was their person's profile. I don't know. But, you know, calling me a Chester, that's kind of, I'm like, whoa, that's kind of, wow. Now, the thing is, I could have reported that person to Twitter. I don't know if it's a him, or it could be a her. It could have been an it. I don't know. I could have reported that person to Twitter. I could have. And the funny thing is that if I could have reported that person and, you know, they would have probably banned him or whatever. Probably. But no. What happened was I chose to handle this myself. I didn't realize that other people reported that person to Twitter. I didn't know that. So naturally, I responded. I said, at this person, I said, you know, in the post, I said, you think you're funny. Okay. So you took a picture of me and my niece and you call me a Chester. Just because I thought a show about kids in drag was funny? You must be the most dumbest idiot in the effing world. I said something like that. But I said, you know, and I also called this person a coward because using an avatar instead of coming at me like a real person. But that kind of shows you kind of shows you what kind of a person, kind of shows you your mettle, you know what I'm saying? And so, and what happened was when I did that, a lot of people was retweeting this and liking what I was doing, liking what I did, going after this person. It got so hot that the person who did the original tweet DM'd me and said, look, I see what's going on. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for something like this. I didn't really. After reading what you said, I was notified what was going on, and you know what that person did wasn't cool. But after thinking about what you said, sitting there and thinking, I just reacted to it without really thinking about it, what you probably did. And you know, I'm sorry about that. So, and what happens? That person tweeted in the thread. He said, after reading this person's comment, I thought about it. I might not agree with it, but it is kind of satire. We should all, this person right here shouldn't have did what he did, and that's kind of, whatever, but and then with Twitter, it was like, do you want me to ban, hey, this person did this, do you want to do something? I was like, no, just leave this fool alone. I embarrassed him enough. But then again, you got to think about it. Twitter could have just said, you know what, we're going to ban that person. And the problem with just banning that person, personally, would that have been the right thing? No, I don't think so. Restricting their access, restricting their access for a while would have probably been more appropriate. And that person probably would have learned a lesson. Assuming that was their own person. It could have been a proxy. Who knows? But the idea is that you won't get banned easily. You still get banned, but it's not that easily. So now you could throw whole wild conspiracy theories, which is fine. No big deal. I love conspiracy theory, as long as it makes sense. I mean, TikTok has 1 million of them. But the thing is, though, when you personally attack me in that way, Twitter all of a sudden would just ban you right then and there. Done. But the thing is, I looked up, it's like, I was like, nah, don't ban this guy or girl. I don't know. And they looked at it and said after a while, we found out this person made a proxy. They know who did it because you had to sign your name and everything. You had to verify some stuff. But the thing is that it's like, okay, fine. And like I said, it could get a lot worse. It could. It could get a lot worse. Or it could just be a lot of smoke. But anyway, I mean, for example, Facebook, shut me down for half the week because I posted copyright material. It said, hey, you posted copyright material, so we're shutting you down. Well, you can read other people's posts, but you can't respond because you violate our standards and whatever. And I was like, okay, fine. No problem. But I didn't sit around and bitch. I didn't sit around and bitch about, oh my God, they banned me because of blah, 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 blah. And the funny thing is, some of my friends did get that but then again, a lot of times you say something totally off kilter. And when you say something totally off kilter, that's when the little things catch you. I mean, hell, YouTube flagged one of my videos about 2 years ago during the pandemic. Nope. Yeah, they did. Because what I said violated their health guidelines. Did I bitch about it? Did I complain about it? Did I make a video about them doing it? Not really. I don't think I did. I don't think I complained too much about it, but I think I did a video to explain what happened. I think I did that. But then again, also, one time I used a word that's a very neutral term that describes an alternative lifestyle. I said that the old word for it, which is people still use that word. But the problem is, but the thing is, I didn't use that word in a negative way. I just use it as an adjective to describe a certain person or certain people. And it wasn't negative. And what happens? YouTube flagged it. Did I complain? And I was like, what the hell? I was like, huh? What's going on? What's going on? Then what happened was I looked up, I watched the video. I was like, oh, that's it? Oh, really? Oh, okay. No big deal. I re-recorded it and did something else. I didn't bitch and complain about it, but, that kind of thing happens. No, you have to have some kind of censorship. You have to have some kind of censorship. Now, the thing is that it may not be the best, so to speak, but you do have to have it in some way, shape, or form. But anyway, those are my thoughts about this Twitter situation. And I use other examples to try to help illustrate my point. I'm not sure if I got my point across very clearly or not, but it is what it is. So I wonder what you guys think about what's going on with that, and let me know down below.